Hello guys, this is Inspecting Immunology. I wanted to talk to you today about neutrophils. What neutrophils do or fail to do has tremendous consequences. By understanding what neutrophils do, you can gain a better understanding of what is constantly going on in your body all of the time. Stay tuned for the details. Neutrophils have your back when it comes to infections because they are one of the first responders. Once they pick up the signal, they go as fast as they can to fight off those bacteria and fungi. And because there is such a large population of them in your body, what they do or fail to do has tremendous consequences. Neutrophils are one of the many white blood cells, or leukocytes, in your body. White blood cells work to destroy bacteria, fungi, parasites, and viruses. From now on, when I am talking about bacteria, fungi, parasites, and viruses collectively, I will refer to them as pathogens. This is a representation of what a neutrophil looks like. Light microscopes are typically used to view neutrophils, although electron microscopes can be used as well in order to see the fine details of the cell that you cannot see with the light microscope. Neutrophils are approximately 12 to 17 micrometers in diameter. To put this into perspective, they are approximately 3 to 24 times larger than a bacterium and are approximately 1.5 to 2.5 times larger than a red blood cell. Its nucleus is split up into lobes. Most commonly, it has 3 lobes, but there have been instances where it has had 2, 4, or 5 lobes as well. Because of the structure of the nucleus and the many shapes that it has, it is referred to as a polymorphonuclear leukocyte, or PML. Neutrophils also contain granules, which they use to destroy bacteria. As one of the first responders to infection, they play a part in your innate immunity. You can think of your immune system as having 2 phases. Innate immunity just refers to the initial phase of the immune system that is readily prepared to fight off infection. You also have an adaptive immunity, which takes longer to respond, but when it does respond, it is very specific to the pathogens that it needs to destroy, knocking them out quickly. Chemical signals are released from the infected area from cells that are being attacked, as well as from other cells that are already present, as well as from the inflammation or swelling in the area. These chemical signals travel through the blood. Neutrophils are constantly traveling through the blood and pick up these signals through the receptors on their surfaces. Neutrophils can upregulate or downregulate their receptors. When they upregulate their receptors, it is almost as if they are adjusting the station they are listening to so they can get a clearer signal. So some of the signals that neutrophils are picking up are cytokines, such as interleukin-8 and interferon gamma. Cytokines and interferons are small proteins, and they are one of the different ways by which cells communicate with each other. IL-8 is usually released by cells when there is inflammation occurring, such as during an infection. Interferons are typically produced when a viral infection is occurring and it alerts multiple cell types so that they can work together to eliminate the virus. Neutrophils also produce different proteins to communicate with other cells. The interleukins that they produce are IL-1 and IL-8. IL-1 promotes inflammation, which can sometimes make the situation worse. Neutrophils also help stimulate the production of more neutrophils and other granulocytes through the release of granulocyte macrophage colony stimulating factor, or GM-CSF. Tumor necrosis factor alpha, or TNF-alpha, is also produced by neutrophils. This also helps to stimulate inflammation. Once the request for assistance signal has been received, the neutrophil starts traveling towards the site while in the blood vessel. The blood in your body travels fast, so for the little neutrophil, it is like it is traveling on a speedy highway. Most arrive within the first hours of infection, but some are able to arrive in minutes. As the neutrophil gets closer to the infected area, the signal gets stronger. The cell uses this to determine that it needs to slow down. It starts to roll along the side of the blood vessel in an attempt to reduce its speed. It uses ligands, which are like grappling hooks, to stick to the selected molecules on the blood vessel. Once it has slowed down, it secures itself to the side of the blood vessel using integrins to help prevent the cell from being swept off. At this point, the chemical signals communicate to the cell to lock on for the next step. The neutrophil then squeezes itself between two cells of the blood vessel in order to get to the other side. This process is known as leukocyte extravasation or diapedesis. There, it joins the battle in destroying bacteria and fungi. It is important to note that other leukocytes can undergo diapedesis as well. It is not limited to neutrophils. There is more to leukocyte extravasation than what I have just explained. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions about it, or if you would like me to make a video detailing the process. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. So once the neutrophils have joined the battle, they will chase after the bacteria. Neutrophils are one of the fastest cells in your body. They move like ninjas, going around and between red blood cells in order to capture the fleeing bacteria. Neutrophils are able to sense the bacteria from the chemical signals that are released. Once the neutrophil catches up, it will grab onto the germ and engulf it in a process known as phagocytosis. Neutrophils are typically bigger than bacteria, so it is usually easy for them to eat multiple bacteria at a time. Neutrophils are known as professional phagocytes, as it is their job to get rid of bacteria and fungi in this way. After the bacteria has been eaten, it is stored in a phagosome. A neutrophil can eliminate the bacteria there in several ways. Neutrophils contain granules that are used to kill the bacteria that it eats. Because of the presence of these granules, neutrophils and other cells that contain the granules are known as granulocytes. When the granules interact with the phagosome, it releases enzymes that break down the bacteria to destroy it. Neutrophils can also destroy the bacteria by creating hydrogen peroxide within the phagosome as well as hypochlorous acid. They do this by taking in a lot of oxygen and then convert it into these chemicals with the help of NADPH oxidase, a structure that forms on the membrane of the phagosome. I personally have known for pretty much my whole life that hydrogen peroxide is antiseptic, but I never would have thought that I frequently use acid as a way of eliminating microorganisms. You can actually buy hypochlorous acid as an antiseptic online for around $20. Apparently, hypochlorous acid solutions have been used for approximately 100 years, and I have only heard of it recently. Of course, I have heard of chlorine, but you would never use it on yourself as it is so damaging to your skin. I have never used hypochlorous acid before, so I cannot attest to it or the companies that sell it. As always, research products before you buy them, and since this can affect your health, check with your doctor first. There is another way that neutrophils eliminate bacteria, but it is so special it will be featured in another video. Feel free to ask me questions in the comment section and share with others. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for regular updates. Thank you.